Have you ever wondered what would happen if humans simply didn't need to sleep anymore? Just imagine, no more groggy waking up, no more coffee, and best of all, that snooze button would finally be obsolete. Today, we're going to explore what the world would be like if sleep were a thing of the past. We're going to dive in without impacting the economy, creativity, and of course, our productivity. So, settle in your chair, since there are no more beds in this world, and get ready to journey through a scenario that would change our lives completely. The awakening of humanity without sleep first. Think about the amount of time we've gained. Currently, the average person sleeps about 8 hours a day. That means that over the course of an 80-year life, you'll spend about 26 years sleeping. 26 years. Now, imagine if we could get that time back. What would we do? Would we all be more creative? Or would we just watch 26 more years of streaming series? After all, with so much free time, who could resist a 400-episode marathon? Jokes aside, the impact would be profound, and it would all start with the economy. The economy without breaks. With 24 hours available to work, we would live in an economy that never slept, literally. Industries would operate at full steam, factories would not close, and commerce would truly be 24/7. With no need for savings, companies have the chance to exponentially increase their production. This would bring a significant increase in global GDP. Stock markets no longer require closing hours, and you could invest or do business at any time. But would this be a victory or a curse? Beware of perpetual burnout. On the one hand, more time to produce sounds like a great idea, but what about the impact on workers? Without the need for sleep, how would workdays be extended? Perhaps companies would require their employees to be available 18 or 20 hours a day. After all, there would be no more excuses like, "I need to rest." The line between work and personal life would be practically eliminated. This is where the humor of the situation comes in. You can IMA. Gina boss saying, "Why aren't you answering that 3 a.m. email?" And you saying, "I was watching my 5th series marathon today." However, one thing is certain, we would have to completely compensate for the way we organize our time and our priorities.
Would creativity explode, or would we crash? Now, an interesting question: creativity. Nowadays, many great ideas come to us during sleep. Who has never agreed on a brilliant idea or had a moment of epiphany right before going to sleep? Without sleep, would we lose this invisible creative process? Or, on the contrary, would we have more time and energy to explore our artistic passions? Imagine a world in which Picasso never had to stop to sleep. Maybe we would have museums even more packed with masterpieces. Or perhaps the number of tired artists would only increase, because not needing to sleep doesn't mean we're always inspired. The entertainment revolution. With so much extra time, the entertainment industry would also undergo a true revolution. There would be an explosion of content being produced and consumed. After all, what to do with so many free hours? Maybe there would be 24-hour live TV shows, events that never end, endless movie marathons. You could watch a 3-hour movie at 2 a.m. without worrying about falling asleep. But maybe what would really happen would be an overdose of entertainment. We would get to the point where we couldn't stand watching the same series anymore and asking ourselves, "Why did I watch this reality show for the 3rd time today?" Health and social life. If no one needed to sleep anymore, the impact on health would also be massive. Without needing to rest, our life expectancy could increase. We would have more time to take care of our bodies, exercise, or maybe procrastinate. After all, we are human. But how would this affect our relationships? Imagine having to spend more time at home with that uncle who insists on discussing politics at dinner. With more time on our hands, we think we'll see friends more often, but would we become closer or just more irritated by the constant coexistence? A new relationship with time. Without sleep, the concept of day would change completely. There would no longer be that division between day and night. We could be at the beach at 3 a.m. or go out to dinner at 10 p.m. without it being considered late. The traditional routine of living together, waking up, Working, having dinner, going to bed would be a thing of the past. We would be much more flexible, but this could also leave us feeling lost. When everything is a possibility, how do we decide what to do?
Technology, innovation, and advancements. If we slept less, imagine how much technology could advance. With more time available, more innovations would emerge, because creative minds would no longer have that daily limit of working hours. Scientists could dedicate 20 hours a day to research. Engineers could create new solutions in record time. But again, would this pressure to innovate nonstop bring more benefits, or would it just increase stress? At the rate society is already moving, perhaps what we need is more rest, not more time to work. The good side and the dark side, of course, we would have many benefits with this change. More time to explore hobbies, learn new things, travel. In short, live. However, without sleep, we would also lose something essential, the mental reset it gives us. Rest is not just physical, it is mental. It is no wonder that, in many cultures, sleep is seen as something almost sacred, a moment of pause that recharges our batteries. In the end, perhaps the big dilemma is, with so much free time, would we know what to do with it? Or would we live in an even more chaotic society, chasing our own tail, never finding rest? Time is the great teacher. Ultimately, if humanity no longer needed to sleep, the impact would be immense. We would have a super efficient economy, a hyper-connected society, and more time to do whatever we wanted. But we could also get lost in this sea of free time. After all, as they say, time is the great teacher. And perhaps sleep is our way of pausing, breathing, and who knows, having a little time to dream of a world where sleep is not necessary.